Good morning everyone, and welcome out to the Bush Block Homestead. Just another bit of an update of what we've been up to lately. As I said before, I've finished the carport now. Still haven't put the 1,000 litre IBC tanks on this end, which we're going to do once I've drained that one out the back. So it's good to have that done to get the cars out of the sun and a bit of protection for them if there's any hail during some storms. All our water tanks are basically full now and overflowing. We've got them all connected up together with a sort of underground manifold. So all the tanks are connected together underground with 1 inch or 25mm poly pipe, which is then teed off into the pump shed, which I finished building. I didn't do a build video for the pump shed. It was pretty easy build, just a simple kit shed from the hardware store, and I've started to put some fittings in there. It's basically the pump and filter shed for our water system. We might have a look at that shortly. The fire going this morning, a bit of a cook up. And there's some young fruit trees we've got growing in some pots, ready to plant out once I get another swale dug. I'll try and dig a larger swale by hand. Don't have any machinery, so I've got to dig it by hand at this stage. We'll have a quick look in here. Excuse our floor mat. So I've just got a bit of a carpet here for a mat. This floor is working well. It hasn't peeled or anything. It's that paving paint, and it's come up real hard and hasn't peeled at all. It's turned out to be a good surface to use. Just over that levelling compound, I've just put an old piece of carpet here for a mat. I've had to hang clothes up inside because of the wet weather lately, just to try and get them dry. We normally hang them outside, but we've had a couple of weeks of wet weather, which is obviously why the water tanks are full. So here's the bathroom. Still haven't got a bathroom door done yet. I've got the rail up and we've just got a curtain there for, well, it's an old sheet acting as a door at the moment. So I've got that rail done with the rollers. I've probably covered this before, we'll just go over it again. So we've got that shower installed in the bathroom. So the cat toilet, and we have an old type Thunderbox, which is a composting toilet just there at the moment. A little bit of storage for cat supplies. So we still don't have any power in here until our power system's done, but everything's all wired up, just no power. So at the moment we still use torches and lamps at night. And we'll go across to the other set of 3 containers. Get past the dog. So I've done a little bit in here. I ended up doing 1 layer of levelling compound on that middle floor because it was slightly lower than the other 2 containers for some reason, had a little bit of a dip in it. So I've brought that up to a not level, and I've started doing the ceiling. So I've got 1 container done of the ceiling, and 3 lights are installed there. We've got half this container. Each of these containers will have 3 lights. They'll have LED bulbs, but they'll all be independently switched, which is why there's heaps of wires coming out here by the electrician. So each light will be able to switch on and off independently. We may not use all 3 at once, but it's better to have them all installed now during construction. Power's been run through the floor there. And I've just put a panel up on this wall. I've got a panel up over the kitchen here with insulation behind it. I've got to get more fibre cement panels. So I haven't shown the construction in this, but it will probably start showing construction soon. This is basically done the same as the other two containers. I think there's some insulation up top there that's screwed to the battens and glued. I've also welded this end door where that ladder is. It's all welded shut now, and there'll be a window going in there. Over here we've got these piles of windows which we picked a lot up for I think it was $150. And we've got 3 windows that we've set out, putting one window in that door there. This other door here will be another window, and in this end there'll be a window going up this side. This end is the bus end, and the water tank's on that side there, probably behind the wall there, so no point putting a window there. So we're putting one down here. This wall will be a solid wall. That will probably be where the TV entertainment area is. So this is inside the pump shed. I'm still starting to plumb it up. Got our pressure tank and stuff there. Filters and pipe work, but we'll go all through that once I've got all the fittings and put it all together. This setup on this end is the transfer pump for the caravan. So we used to pump water from that IBC tank down there, which we're slowly draining. We're using that just for washing now. I'll drain that, and then that tank will move down to the end of the carport and be fed from the roof. So all our water now will be coming from this point. This is where we installed the 3 tanks to the manifold that comes up through the floor. Just run that to a hose temporarily. And this will be where our main house plumbing system is with the pump. Pump will be installed there, but we'll go through that once I've got all the parts and all that connected up. We'll go through how that works. This morning we want to transfer some more water to the caravan. So basically I've got that hose will click onto the inlet of this pump. I've got another hose that I click onto here and run to the caravan. I've still got to bring the battery in. Just got the leads for this pump up here with the alligator clips, and installed an on and off switch, and there's a fuse built into this box as well. So we'll go get the battery, run the hose out, and we'll do that. So I've connected all the hose up and got that running to the tank of the caravan. Got the battery connected up to the pump. Got the inlet hose installed, and that's the one to the caravan. So all we basically have to do now is open this valve here to the pump. Also I've got a bit of a leak happening yet, and switch that on. And that pumping water over to the caravan and fill it up. So it makes it a lot easier than before. While that's going, this side here we'll be putting the hot water system for the house setup. The shower is basically just plumbed through the floor at the moment and then just taped off so nothing can get into the pipes. So until all this setup is completed, we'll still be using the shower in the caravan. I'll wait till that finishes pumping into the caravan. So that's all done now. I've just disconnected it and put the battery back on the charging station. Started to roll up the hose, but someone said, "No, I'm here and not moving." So I'll have to roll that hose up later. So yeah, obviously once all this is set up and the house is plumbed in, we won't have to pump water to the caravan anymore. But I'll be leaving this here. I used it the other day as a wash down pump for the ride-on mower, just to wash the deck and the mower down after using it around the yard, and it worked well. So it'll be a good wash down pump, so it won't go to waste. And it can also be a backup. It doesn't have an inbuilt pressure switch. The pump that will be going here will have an inbuilt pressure switch, so once it's powered up it'll pressurize the system and then automatically switch off. Though I could install an external pressure switch onto this pump if I wanted to, but at the moment that's fine how it is. Just use it as a transfer pump. So the system in here, I'll go through it properly once it's all plumbed up properly, but that's a water pressure tank. It's got a bladder in it that's suitable for drinking water. Basically the pressure pump pumps through the whole system. This bladder tank is connected in, and it'll pressurize this tank up with well, the pump will be set at 60 psi, so it'll fill this up with water. This is 80 litre capacity. It'll pressurize that to 60 psi. So when you turn the tap on, this will actually backfeed through the system, and water will come from here, and your pump won't have to switch on and off all the time. And the pump will only switch back on once the pressure drops below its set pressure rating on the pressure switch, which will then activate the pump again. So it actually saves your pump kicking on and off all the time by having this 80 litres of water under pressure in the tank. So if you're only taking a small amount of water, your pump mightn't even start up. So yeah, once this is all done, we've still got to put a vanity unit into the bathroom with a sink. We've got to start thinking about the hot water system, which will be going in this area. But what we're doing there, well, we've got that solar hot water panel that I picked up a fair while back at the demolition yard. But we'll also need something else, say gas backup, solar with gas backup. I also like the look of a rocket stove setup, which is wood fired. We have plenty of wood available, so that's free fuel. But I'll come up with some designs and concepts, see what we're going to do. I'll purchase probably if I can get an old electric hot water system just for the tank, probably something with 200 litre capacity, and I'll be able to use that for the hot water storage. And how we heat that, well, it depends on what we come up with. Yeah, so that's about it for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you again next time. See ya.